April 14th, 1919. Elizabeth Craig wonders about her sister Polly. She writes to Commissioner Rutledge asking about her sister's whereabouts. May 10th, 1919. Rutledge writes to Horrigan about John Wilson and his whereabouts. He also inquires about Mrs. Wilson's current address. May 16th, 1919. Elizabeth receives a reply from Rutledge stating Polly is living in Vancouver. May 1919. Superintendent Horrigan receives a letter including a photograph of Polly and the Wilson children. July 1919. Catherine meets Jesse in the park and notices this is not the same woman from the picture Horrigan had shown him. July 1919. Constable Brickton was shown the picture of Polly and the children. He tells Jesse about the other lady in the photograph. July 31st, 1919. Horrigan writes to Commissioner Perry about the different-looking women. These include the lady from the photograph and the lady living in Vancouver. August 1919. Conrad Reed finds a Colt .38 pistol in John Wilson's desk, the same gun that was missing from the Saskatoon department. August 15th, 1919. Jessie returns to Vancouver from Blaine Lake. She had been asked to stay so long by John, who was in fear. October 10th, 1919. John sells his gun to a lady named Mrs. Sissons. A man named Mr. Much would be the next man to own the gun with a deadly past. October 10th, 1919. Horrigan writes to the commissioner about changing John Wilson's division. Horrigan states that his work is useless and unsatisfactory. October 23rd, 1919. John and Jessie Wilson head back to Regina after being ordered to do so. October 30th, 1919. Staff Sergeant Herbert Darling finds Jessie and John's wedding certificate. He searches for Polly's death certificate but cannot find one. October 1919. Herbert contacts Mrs. Lang's daughter, Thelma, inquiring about where Polly lived when in Regina. Thelma and Herbert go to Miss Weismer's house and ask about what Polly did when she had lived there. Polly's suitcase was seized and searched, discovering pictures and letters from John Wilson, instructing Polly what to do. November 1919. Herbert travels to Saskatoon to talk to Amelia Foster. Amelia shows Herbert a picture of John and Jessie's name is revealed. November 1919. Detective Drysdale interviews Fred Burge about Wilson's wife. Burge tells Drysdale that Wilson claimed her to be crazy and she died in a car accident. November 2nd, 1919. John Wilson returns to Vancouver. He has no idea that he is being investigated and watched. Jessie asks her mother to come to Regina, but she couldn't. Jessie's mother advises her to return to Blaine Lake. November 4th, 1919. Commissioner Perry informs Elizabeth Craig that John Wilson had remarried in September of 1918. Commissioner Perry advises Newson that the case on Wilson is serious and he needs to be watched closely. November 10th, 1919. John Wilson is excused from the service of the RNWMP, although his service had officially ended on November 7th, 1919. This is also when John Wilson is arrested.
Created using Powtoon.